have wasps all over my house, and we have a gazebo outside all the time. This wasp landed on my leg, and I like looked down. I was like freaking out. My mom's like, stay still, stay still. And I was like, no! And I ran. And I'm losing it. Everybody stay still. I didn't want to run away or swat at it. They're running around me. I was watching Dirty Job now. He had to get in a pit with alligators. It's like this goes against every fiber in my body. So screaming not to grab this alligator. Some kind of like boat guide or tour guide. Yeah, in the river with alligators. And then like stuff your head under and they would go over and come under it and pray with them. I'm like, you are gonna die. You are stupid. Chicken in your pocket in the water. Did I pull more chicken out of the pocket? And it's like, they're just gonna come at you and go into the chicken. There's like 3 gators. Uh-oh, they're all. No, there's oranges.
Good morning. Welcome to Grand Valley High School, the graduating class of 2014. If you'd please remain standing and gentlemen remove your caps as senior Cynthia Monroe sings the national anthem.
All the days when you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, to such bright and bright one, through the vast world of sky. For the hope of zero, and free
you please remain standing as Senior Colton Tanner.
Dearly Father, we're very grateful to be gathered here this Saturday morning to celebrate the 4 years of those classes spent together in high school. And now we finally get to blessed that we maybe be able to celebrate in a well manner. And Lord, we ask you to be willing to be able to stay every day to the long and long. Lord, we love you so very much. And we'll see you.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. Man, what a beautiful day it is in Colorado here at Parachute today. Looking at the forecast all week. I don't know how to do that. I'm fifth generation Colorado native, but I still look at the weather report. Rain was scheduled 64 degrees, then it dropped to 57 degrees. Just never know what you're going to be blessed with. What a beautiful day. Last year it felt like we were in Wyoming. Today it feels nice and good. We've got beautiful scenery behind us. Just appreciate all you coming out to celebrate today in this class of 2014. I'd like to especially thank the staff for coming and getting things set up for this major event today. Many staff members were here as early as 6 trying to finalize details and get things ready to go. Wipe down your seats because they were wet this morning. So I appreciate that very much. How many of you remember the big rainstorm we had where I-70 flooded over? Anybody remember that? Yeah. Well, if you didn't, then go Google it. Well, not only did that mud come across I-70, it also dumped into our irrigation pond. About 6 feet deep of mud in our irrigation pond. We just got water up and running here at the high school like last week. And we looked around and our ground maintenance department has worked their tails off to get this place looking nice. And I'd say it doesn't look too shabby for only a week of water. So thank you to everybody that put things together for today. I'd like to welcome families and friends and relatives and random people who just stopped by because there's nothing else to do in Parachute this morning. Board of Education, thank you for your support and being here. Superintendent Dr. Happensall, Assistant Principal James Locke, and Academic Advisor Chris Abbey. Tell you what, this class is an amazing class. How can these guys at First tell them that today? But it needs to be something that not only the parents but community members understand. 6 years ago, Grand Valley High School moved to a standard-based grading system. This is the first class that would go through all 4 years in that standard-based grading system. Last year, I came to the students and staff and trying to figure out curriculum. One of the great things here at Parachute is I'm 10 minutes away from where I like to go bow hunting. 30 minutes away from where I like to go elk hunting. I can take my kid down here to the park and go fishing. He can catch fish all day and enjoy a good life. Not everybody appreciates those things. So as we hire teachers, some teachers might come in for a year or two and decide that they're going to take their experience and go on somewhere else, maybe the Front Range or bigger towns, bigger cities. I understand. I don't get it, but I understand. With that, as teachers come in and out, curriculum and what we're going to teach our kids changes based upon who we hire. That's not fair or just to our students. So as we move forward with looking at curriculum that we can provide our students, we decided to go with the best curriculum out there, and that's AP Advanced Placement, internationally backed. And this class last year, as juniors, took on the challenge of taking AP English Literature and AP United States Government. Every kid. That's not heard of in education. AP is typically designated for the upper functioning smart kids. What's wrong with that access? The staff is working their tail off with learning new curriculum. We have veteran teachers, 20 years plus, feeling like brand new teachers all over again. We got kids getting smacked in the face with rigor. I mean, I actually have to do homework. I have to be gritty, persevere. And this class owns that. I truly believe out of all the classes I've been able to be the principal of Grand Valley High School, this class has the most great perseverance in any class to walk through in my 8 years. You know, as we were getting ready and saying our goodbyes and congratulations, crying, hugging, thanking people for what they've done. You know, I told this class, I said, there's a reason why they have a TV show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Because other than the fifth graders or the sixth graders in the room, none of us could pass that quiz. It's not a matter about the details of education. It's not a matter of whether you can memorize a quadratic equation or whether you mess up the definition of iron. But it's a matter of what you learn along the way. It's a matter of learning. When you get punched in the face, what are you going to do? Are you going to roll over and give up? Or are you going to pull your boots up, put on your work gloves, and get things done? That's what this community is about, is getting things done. Nothing's going to be handed to us. We're going to get up, go to work every day, and take care of business. There's no quit. There may be failure, but there's no quit. Failure is okay. Failure is great, as long as you don't let it knock you down. When you fail, you learn. You learn to work harder, you learn to do better. You learn from your mistakes. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. There's no sitting still. And like I said again, I'm so proud of this class, 2014. For me, personally, I've known a handful of these kids since they were in 4th and 5th grade. And to see their journey, to hear words out of their mouth, like last night at a ceremony we were at. You parents, grandparents, friends, brothers, sisters, community, you should be proud of the class of 2014, because I'm proud of the class of 2014. It's not a matter of giving some wonderful speech about now it's your time to bury this and move forward. Yeah, it is. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do when you get punched in the mouth? Are you going to sharpen your elbows? Huh? Haley, Warren, Haggerty? When you get punched in the mouth, what are you going to do? That's right, we're going to fight back. Go after what's out there for you. Don't settle for anything less. Today we have some people that we're going to hear from. It's not about what I have to say. We're not going to try to sit out here for 4 hours. We're going to get out here and honor your graduates, your kids, the kids of the parachute. So with that, I would like those that finished in the top 10%, they're being designated with white skulls. If you please stand and be recognized amongst your kids. Thanks, guys. Here at Grand Valley High School, we have a tradition of awarding the top 3 finishers of the graduating class. I had the Post Independent call me yesterday and ask me if I can explain what the number 3 slot, the historian, really means. I said, well, you finished number 3 in their class. That's been something they've done at Grand Valley High School since I've been here. Other than that, I really don't know. But I do appreciate a positive phone call from the Post Independent when we talked about Parachute, Colorado. So I gave them some claims around what that meant. And honestly, what it means is something about there is history here. Whether you moved here last year, 6 months ago, or your family helped establish this town. So today I want to recognize this individual that finished 3rd in her class, earning the honor of the historian of 2014, Ms. Miranda Sherry.
those of you who don't know, history is meant to be. So, where do Mr. How was the Latin word for this is a literal meaning of your ears. It's in this way that you see people who listen and see the light. Okay. As we live into the real world, we know our techniques. We stand up for what we do. This is that happened. I give you this story. A young woman found her mother and told her about her life. She was trying to find her. It seemed that one problem was solved. Her mother took her to the kitchen. She put her in hot water and placed them in the fire. Then the hot stones were boiled. First, she placed carrots. The second, she placed them. And the last, she placed the heart. She let them sit and boil without saying. In about 20 minutes, she turned off the burner. She finished the carrot salad. She fished the carrot salad. She then put the egg out. Last, she ladled the coffee out. Turning to her daughter, she asked, "You're in favor of coffee?" Her mother got her closer. She did not. She did. Her mother didn't stop. She then asked her to take the egg away. After pulling off the shell, she looked at the egg. Finally, she asked her, the daughter. Her mother explained that it was supreme power that each reacted differently. The carrot and strong. The egg had been fried. Its thin outer shell had been typed with chicken, but after sitting in the room for the water, it began to feel ground coffee and the milk, and the boiling water contained it. We then ate and we had no rest. We became students. We started now everyone was after 2000. For each of you, that you will stand out.
The next person I'd like to introduce is an individual who finished second in this class. Every year, I'm telling the teachers, "Hey, I need senior grades. I need senior grades," because it's always a tight race according to the current system that we have for calculating these three positions solely on their GPA. And sometimes people set goals to be that top seed. Sometimes we make it, sometimes we don't. And again, how are we going to adapt and overcome, persevere, and know that I gave my best? Your number one and your number two was separated in the GPA by 0.027. The young lady receiving this salutatorian finished second in their class. I'll be recognized, Lauren Pascal.
Good morning. I would just like to begin by saying mention a few high school moments that our most irritating moment would probably be hearing the morning alarm, sometimes followed by our wonderful mothers who work us to get out of bed. Our most difficult task was finding our textbooks and other assignments in our cars, but no matter how hard we tried, we couldn't keep them. Our most dreadful moment was walking down to Mr. Walker's office. If he called our name, and every time, even though you probably didn't do something wrong, you were afraid you were going to. Our most lovely time was eating lunch with everyone still sleeping. Our most tragic moment was probably the surprise quizzing Mr. Gregory did for us. And our most wonderful news was when a teacher was absent and we had a substitute. Overall, high school was great. We made wonderful memories and we will never forget it. Now that we are here, I have to say that we are probably the best looking class to ever do Grand Valley. And now, our one and major goal is to take this business and go to business. That seems to work for people today. It pays off the work that we have done in being here for 4 years, persevering through everything with our teachers and administration. It's important that maybe being famous is our dream, and if it is, then go for it. Make it happen. There's nothing holding us back now. We're not dogs on a leash. We can sprint however fast we want to what we want to accomplish. We've been equipped with the tools and the knowledge to go after anything we need. They say shoot for willing, but really we can shoot for whatever we want. Shooting for parachute is really where you want to make it happen. If shooting for Hawaii, that's where it's going, then go and have fun. Trust your heart and have faith in the things that make you out of reach. At this point in our lives, we are all taking a huge leap into a black dark, where unknown obstacles and dangers are awaiting us to tear us down and to destroy us. We would be lying if we say we weren't scared out of our minds. We always try to be tough and say we are not scared of the dark anymore. However, I know we really are. We will find, however, as we go through the dark and we have faith and go through the courage, we will find the glimpses of light that will open up our pathway. And slowly, our pathway will become visible, and we will be able to see what's in front of us and no longer stumble, and walk through it even more confident, knowing that we can get it. We cannot get discouraged as we stub our toe and as we fall, wishing that it's lost. We have to grab a hold of whatever we can at the time that gives us hope and lets us find our way. These safety foundations may be our family, our friends, and our future friends, our teachers, our employers, and God's eternal Father and Son, Jesus Christ. Whatever or whoever you find courage and trust to help you through the difficult times, grasp onto them and hold on to their strength. But also be their strength for someone else. We are wonderful people, and we have the responsibility to be that light and show people. And if you feel unqualified, ask you to remember that you are braver than you, stronger than you, smarter than you. My friends, we are graduating. We are moving on in life. It is up to us now what direction we move and what road we take. I could not ask for a better program in years to graduate and celebrate with you. And I have faith in you. And I hope that you can reach your dreams when we come back together, that we will have created our and never forget the values and standards that we have made them create. We are a special and blessed generation. And guess what? We are even more special today because we are the ones that are done. So, if you have words for your standards in the future, put them aside, and today, all you gotta do is
Alright, we're, we're this next individual is gonna drag on, but special young lady in her own right, as Lauren kind of said. We all have our bounds, we all have this thing that we're at and strive for. Right? I just can't go without saying that ever since I've known her, she is somebody that's not set. This is a young lady that is taking calculus as a sophomore. So you have 32 credits, 40. She's going off to School of Mines, not just oil and gas, private Army ROTC scholarship. And all those sound really great. Proud of her. Here's the kicker. She's 16. So without any other, I provide you with 2,000 this marriage.
I want to start off with congratulations. I want to ready to start. So, congratulations. Our time here at Grand House has been both memorable and we have been with massive change in our human time a legacy for others to celebrate. I remember when we were all freshmen sitting at one end of the and how we were told that 4 years would fly by and we were looking at other well, as usual, they were right. The time has flown by faster than ever. During the past 4 years, from one class and the third at multiple even when we were underclassmen. Our freshman year in subject-based training and we adapted to it. Our success followed us into our junior year. We were beginning to understand the victory courses and success. We started new seasons while maintaining the old traditions by personality. We worked tirelessly side by side, painting windows, decorating homes, cleaning books, and so much more. However, our most important success was doing all of this together. Today is the last opportunity we have to be together as a class. So here we are, looking at our graduation. While we had the responsibility of being class today, we also had an incredible amount of great times. We have gone to numerous competitions, including state and cheered each other on. I'll never forget traveling all over the state with my class to cheer on our numerous teams competing at district, regional, and state levels. We also had fun here at Grand Valley, especially at district company bonfire and marching. It was truly amazing how much all of us came here
And we are glad to have our sponsors that are here with us today. Mr. Arthur, Mr. Thompson, here, and in addition, we have a gift of Mr. Gabby, Mr. Frank, Mr. Rock, and Mrs. Rock supporting us every step of the way. These individuals, along with all the other staff at Grand Valley High School, have earned a standing wage for guiding us through high school and helping us become young men and women. While saying goodbye is always pleasant, I know that we are all grateful for the necessary to take time and everything really to give them that time. I feel honored to have my high school experience with my whole family. As we move forward in our journey, I think about one of my favorite teachers, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said, "For me, I am driven by the same philosophy. Know more about the world than I did yesterday, and less than one of the others. Speak the right. I believe that if we all live this philosophy, will not only try to better, but we can continue to receive our own individual. I'm excited for all of us to go out in the world, and I challenge each and every one of you to be better. Let's give it up for the graduating class of 2014 and class of change. Congratulations, we did it.
Thank you, ladies. It would have been nice if one of them. All right, moving forward. Every year, the senior class votes on individuals that they want to provide education. National anthem. They have a senior awards night. We hope for somebody to speak at that this year. Middle school Victor Williams was elected to do so. Oh, are you here? Yeah. Stand up, sir. This guy threw it down. Thank you very much. To hear the words that these individuals have chosen to speak speaks volumes about them in the class as well. So, without further ado, I will introduce your guest speaker for graduation voted upon by your senior class. She's the teacher here at Grand Valley High School. She is one of the class sponsors. In years past, she has spoken before. Afterwards, I was asked multiple times to do it. Unfortunately, did not. But today, it's being recorded. You can go to our website. It'll link you to where you can watch that. So if you want to watch these speeches or read these books again, maybe Director of Technology has set that up. We have the kids here. So if there's anything that you want to watch again, it's available to you as well as last year's graduation. So not only was this individual picked to speak today, but yesterday we received the award of Grand Valley High School's Teacher of the Year, Miss Kim Wayne.
A year ago, while the FTA get fired in my house, Golden was right outside Hunter Schultz. Chuck's inspired words turned into this T-shirt. I am the moon. I do not create my own light. Simply reflect the light. don't reflect the light of the sun, as you did. I reflect the light of the sun, as you did. While it is not politically correct to mention the name of God or His Son in this setting, your mention of His name makes many of you feel uncomfortable. Some of you even feel angry. I can do nothing but reflect my Creator. Let my words be light. Let my words be true. I don't want to say a word unless it comes back to you. That is the chorus line of Hawk Nelson's song, Words. That was the song that came on K-Love one morning on my way to work while praying for wisdom regarding my upcoming speech. Good morning, staff, parents, family members, community members, and most importantly, the class of 2014. When I was asked to give the commencement speech, I thought long and hard and prayed for inspiration. What an incredible opportunity to share some final thoughts with you as you graduate. What an incredible opportunity to share some thoughts and challenges with our community and parents. I hope my words will challenge you, but I also hope you will hear the overall message as well. Students of Grand Valley know me as the distance and cross-country coach. This title alone assigns the word discipline to me. Freshmen in health classes assign that word to me as well. A much needed word, I might add, for those particular students that some of you seniors experience this year. In fact, as of tomorrow, I begin the summer-long process of garnering up all spare discipline molecules as I prepare for next year's freshman class. So today, it is only natural for me to talk to you about discipline. There are many examples to demonstrate the concept of discipline. As a coach and a biology teacher, I will explain several of these in a variety of contexts. For a distance athlete, discipline reflects that hard work and effort that is necessary in order for you to have success in your sport. If you ask a cross-country athlete about their season, they would tell you that over the course of the season, they run approximately 27 miles of competition. In order to prepare for those 27 competitive miles, they must train by running 400 to 500 miles. Many of you are thinking of jogging right now. However, let me assure you that this is not jogging. This is 400 to 500 hot and sweaty, painful miles for the sake of a 17-minute race once a week. Does it take discipline? Yes. Are there many who have this type of discipline? No. Look at my roster numbers. Most years I'm left with 2. In the animal kingdom, discipline is readily apparent as well. Baby birds do not learn to fly because they desire to. They learn to fly because they must. Fledgling birds remain in the nest, and they beg their parents to feed them with loud, wide open, and usually obnoxious beaks. Their beaks are disproportionately sized to their bodies to receive frequent food, and their loyal adults yield to their cry. However, one day comes the moment when the parent decides it's time for the fledgling bird to get out of the nest and food-receiving handouts. The mother bird nudges the fledgling to the edge of the nest and gently pushes him out. What does the baby bird do? Fall to its death? No, it flies. Not perfectly at first, but fly it does. Let's move on to otters. Baby otters are born on land and do not have a natural propensity to swim. When it is time for the young pup to swim, the mother takes the pup in her mouth and drags it to the water and swims with it. She dives and swims while the pup struggles to free itself, thinking its mother is trying to drown him. When the pup returns to the shore, the mother grabs him again and returns to the water, diving and swimming, holding its head and entire body under the water for a length of time, showing the pup how to maneuver alone. Does this otter mother desire to drown the pup? Of course not. She is doing the necessary work to give the youngster the skills he will need to survive in the world. The outside observer, these animal mother behaviors appear cruel. Who would recommend these strategies as viable parenting techniques? What do animal mothers know that many humans do not? That discipline is sometimes painful at the time, but in the end, it prepares the youngster for survival and success in the world. My senior advisory is known as the Wailing Wolf Pack. What are some ways wolves demonstrate discipline? Every wolf pack is controlled by discipline. The pack displays dominance by an alpha dog who communicates control vocally and through posture. This discipline rarely leads to serious injury because the remaining members of the pack have learned a submissive position and yield to the authority of the alpha dog. The pack is unified and works together for the good of the whole. Only through this discipline in the pack is the pack able to hunt and survive. What about trees? Come on, you say. Trees do not have behaviors. They do not show discipline. Maybe not in the way we view it. But here is a good example of the same principle in the plant kingdom. Horticulturists estimate it takes 30 leaves to make one Jonathan apple and 15 to make a red delicious. Mature apple trees will be equipped with about 100,000 leaves apiece, many more than each tree will need to produce its fruit or to do its work of lifting out of the earth 4 gallons of water per tree per hour, thanks to water potential, adhesion, cohesion, capillary action, and transpiration. Sorry, I had to throw a little AP biology into it. I know some of you seniors haven't had AP biology, but sophomores in the audience are being pretty smart. The tree, or the creator, knows that much more work and preparation is needed beyond the basic requirements for survival. 4 gallons of water per hour that tree is lifting to the top. The tree is exhibiting discipline through its own work. Some of you adults are now thinking, yes, she's encouraging me to discipline my kids, put them into shape. I am not talking about aggressive, harsh, punitive treatment. As a 10-year foster family with Eagle County Social Services, we saw firsthand the effects of physical, emotional, and psychological oppression demonstrated to children. This type of physically and emotionally degrading behavior is not what I am advocating. If discipline is not physical aggression, then what is it? Discipline can be found in the dictionary as both a verb and a noun. As a verb, it is something done to you. Webster describes it as the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Synonyms might be control, training, teaching, instruction, regulation, direction, order, authority, rule, strictness, a firm hand, routine, regimen, or drill. The adults in the audience have the job of applying discipline as a verb. The following is a portion of an essay I recently shared with FCA Kids at Lunch. It is an excerpt from a book of essays by Harold Coe. Some time ago, a disgruntled school teacher handed in his resignation, saying, in our public schools today, the teachers are afraid of the principals. The principals are afraid of the superintendents. The superintendents are afraid of the board. The board members are afraid of the parents. The parents are afraid of the children. And the children are afraid of nobody. Fear, in the sense of being scared, is not what we want of our children. But if they are to grow into responsible adults, law-abiding, capable of holding jobs, they must learn to follow rules and obey authority. The best time is when they are young. Parents who are so afraid of offending their sensitive little souls and crippling their emerging little personalities that they cannot bear to frustrate their wills are not preparing their offspring for life. They are readying them for serious maladjustment and possible mental disorders. Later in life, when a stubborn mind needs rigid rules in an unyielding society, something gives way. It is usually the mind. Later in the same essay, quote, pampering parents intent upon making childhood too easy for their offspring only succeed in making maturity impossible for them. We do this harm in the name of love. Yet if we were our children's worst enemy, we could contrive no more diabolical vengeance than so to maim them mentally and spiritually that they would be incompetent to handle life. Imagine what would happen in my earlier illustrations to the baby bird, baby otter, or the pack of wolves if their animal parents did not discipline them. They would die. Parents, you have the job. As teachers, we cannot fix the lack of discipline. We cannot wave our magic wand and suddenly have disciplined students appear who do their work, study for tests, come to school on time, or come at all. If you have not required this at home for the first 14 years of their life. I can identify at a moment's notice as kids walk through my door for the first time which ones have grown up with disciplined expectations from their home. I can predict student success with a glance. Parents, when you discipline your children, they will appreciate and respect you, and they will succeed at school and life. Parents, when you do not, you will receive anger, belligerent behavior, even contempt from your children, and they will fail at most things they attempt. Corrective discipline is like surgery. They correct something that's gone wrong in the body with a more serious injury. As a noun, discipline is something that you have. Class of 2014. You have the job of attaining discipline as a noun. It has to be a part of your character. It has to be a part of your daily life. William Feathers said it this way: if we do not discipline ourselves, the world will do it for us. Control from without flourishes when discipline from within. If you didn't receive adequate discipline from home, it is not your right to blame your parents. If your parents didn't teach you discipline, forgive them, love them, and move on. This speech is not about blaming anyone's past mistakes. It is about challenging you to change your future. I have heard parenting described as leading the next generation and forgiving the past generation. There are no excuses for why you have it or why you don't. Get it. Learn it. Find it. Discipline is what gets you to class on time in college. It's what gets your papers turned in by the midnight deadline. It's what keeps you driving safely. It's what prevents you from the bad habits of drinking irresponsibly, smoking cigarettes or pot. Yes, I said pot. A wise old proverb says it all. Many things are permissible, but not all things are permissible. Discipline is what allows you to stay home at night and study for the big test rather than partying with your friends. It's what gets your paycheck in the bank to support your family by paying rent, mortgages, grocery bills, and electrical bills rather than splurging on a new video game or a pair of shoes that you just couldn't live without. Discipline is what gets you home at night to your devoted wife or husband and keeps you from having that lunch with an attractive co-worker that is open for an affair. Discipline is the feet and hands of faith. I've shared some examples of discipline in the animal kingdom. I would now like to share some examples of discipline in the human kingdom. My illustrations come from the two students that are closest to me, and I think you will be able to relate to these stories. My daughter Alex is a new ER nurse at OU Medical Center. Many days her job involves triage. She has to assess the condition of incoming patients and determine the priorities of who needs the most immediate care. 90% of the patients she sees are the victims of a lack of discipline. After a few days of working the ER, the best phrase that describes her experience is photo, not in hand. She sees dozens of people each day who are in the ER, usually spending taxpayer dollars because of their own lack of discipline. They are there because of overdoses on drugs and alcohol. They are there because of car accidents due to being intoxicated on marijuana, even though the state of Colorado has told us that marijuana is harmful. They are there due to liver failure from life with alcohol addiction. They are there because of cancer caused by smoking cigarettes. They are there because of diabetes, colon cancer, kidney failure due to bad diet and no exercise. Discipline is demonstrated in our lives by our eating habits, exercise habits, how we spend our money, how we spend our time, who we hang out with, what habits we create, what we watch and or listen to. Teachers make triage decisions on a daily basis as well. School is in many ways analogous to a hospital. Some students are savable, and we have invested our best effort in you. Unfortunately, some are not. This does not mean we do not love you or care about you. A good triage nurse shows compassion, care, and love right up to their patient's last breath. Teachers cannot save you when you don't have the discipline or care to save yourself. We cannot care more than you. My son Sam is finishing up his college career, which has culminated 7 years of disciplined running to compete at a national level in cross country and track. He has logged thousands, upwards of 16,000 miles. Most of us don't even drive in a car. During this time, he has experienced several major muscle tears, forcing him to spend hours in rehabilitation, physical therapy, MRIs, icing, stretching, use of pain meds, acupuncture, and dozens of hours cross-training in an attempt to heal the injury and get back to running. This past fall cross-country season brought much hope and much success. He was running strong, finishing second on his team and was slated to be an All-American and compete at nationals, when again, injury fell on him. In an emotional conversation, Sam asked me, "Mom, what do I have to show for all my efforts?" My answer, Sam, you have everything to show for your efforts. The hard work and discipline that he has put into his running shows in every aspect of his life who he is as a person, as a student, as an employee, or a future boss, as a future father and husband. As a result of his discipline and dedication, Sam received the Champion of Character Award 2 years in a row, worth more than any national champion ring, trophy, or jacket. Just last week, he was selected as the Presidential Scholar Athlete at his university, being the athlete with the highest GPA in the school. The ring, trophy, or jacket would just be an item in a plastic tub in his closet in 5 years. The character trait of discipline is worn for all to see every single day for the rest of his life. Where do I end this speech? Students, many of you have come to me over the years with many questions about health, nutrition, exercise, college choice, classes, relationships, even sex and STDs. I frequently challenge students, maybe have challenged you, with their choices, and I don't soft quote my answers. I am too tired to listen to your excuses about why you can't do what you are being asked to do or need to do. I am too tired to listen to your parents' excuses about why you are the way you are and how they have no power to change you. Some of you listen, learn, and change. Some respond with a multitude of excuses about why my suggestions won't work or are unrealistic. Some even think that they know more than adults who have lived lives successfully. There is a wise old proverb that is about to take a prominent place on the wall of my room. Quote, "There is a path that is thought to be right to a man, but in the end it leads to death." Wow. Some, if not many of you, are feeling deflated and discouraged right now and thinking, "This is the negative step off the class of 2014. My message is not a negative one. My message is loving encouragement. I will not give up on you. I will continue to believe in your ability to exercise discipline over your heart, mind, and body. I will continue to believe in your ability to make a positive change in your future You must believe and act on the same. You must believe that it is God's plan as well. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." Get started on your future. I would like to end with a Jewish blessing. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. Lord, lift up. And give you peace. Let my words be. Let my words be. I don't want to say a word. Let me go to you. Rest.
Thanks, Miss Whalen. I believe the word live, Grand Valley High School class of 2014, when they here. She's not going to go with us. Appreciate it, guys. One other recognition that I want to take time for at this moment before the ceremony goes. As I mentioned before, Miss Whalen was voted by staff and students as the 2014 Certified Teacher of the Year. The two runners up for that award I'd like to recognize at this time. By stand. First is Ms. Stacy Magruder, math teacher and interventionist at Grand Valley High School. Just to clarify one more time, she has not been into jail in the last 5 years. She's been working with the Department of Corrections. Although I do think that helps with her discipline and action in class. Especially with her. And the other individual, Ms. Lisa Schultz, severe needs, modern needs instructor. Thank you. I'm going to get in trouble for this. The next person I'd like to recognize, I'm going to make her come up here, is this year, every building submits a classified person of the year for their building. And Mr. Walk put it in perspective and said things right as an avatar for the entire district last year. But this would not happen. This ceremony, the things that this building, the things that teachers need, things that we need, things that parents need, without this individual. This individual is the face, the heart and soul of Grand Valley High School. Not only the Grand Valley High School classified person of the year, but she is the Garfield County School District first classified person of the year. I have a certificate and award for you. So without further ado, Ms. Tracy Chartier. Every year, one of the things that we talk about and that I firmly believe in is servant leadership. Even that. Words thank you aren't used enough in our world. The word please is not used enough. This next part of the ceremony is called the Ceremony of Roses. under every chair, our graduates have flowers. That they're going to come and hand them to individuals in the crowd and tell them thank you. Thank you for everything they've done through their life, their career, their high school, friends, family, parents. This is an opportunity for your graduates to give back to you. Thank you. So we're going to take the next little bit of this ceremony and thank you, parents, friends, brothers, sisters, and whoever you are. thank you for allowing us to take that time to thank you guys. Appreciate it. Next up, I'd like to call Ms. Chris Abbey, our academic advisor, to come and talk about various awards and different things that this class was able to achieve. Please welcome Ms.
Good morning and congratulations. I would now like to take a moment to recognize the graduating. If at this time I can have all our veterans. Please remain standing while I introduce our ladies. Mira is accepting I would like to Ms. Karen received 2 tours in Iraq. I know that his gift Emily Williams got her wish. I would also like to recognize Adrian Williams. I think that Adrian has made a great step. Thank you. At this time, I also want to recognize and Jackie. A big thank you. Colorado Commission on Higher Education. Student planning. Caitlin
proud of your commitment to your education. Feel as though you're stepping the National Honor Society Hillary Shaver, Miranda Sheridan, past women, now to announce the Genevieve Clown scholarships, which are very special. All scholarship awards today, as well as you are now taking the next step. Whether you are continuing with I thank you all for helping us celebrate these
My name is Dave Watt, the Assistant Principal Action City Director of Grand Valley High School. This time I'm going to recognize the students who are actually participation. We do a lot of recognition on Wednesday night. It's our senior class, athletically, community activities, cheerleading, so many different regional championships, regional participation, state qualifying. Participation. Our high school has over 74% participation. We need to maintain those state codes, academic standards that are far more rigorous, say, or two, or three. There's nothing wrong with those high standards. I feel very fortunate in this district. Our administration board just great passion to have the kids be involved in the work with the academics. It's there. We have fine support from our community business channels, kind of education, ensure that these kids have the opportunity. We're very blessed. You know, several of the organizations, almost all the activities clubs require some sort of community service, where they require 25 hours of school or community service. This next organization provides Grand Valley High School. This division is the parachute out you know, break it we have students receiving the key card on it, signified by a yellow skull around the neck. The following students receive prize and be recognized for their achievements achieving the key card on. Sierra Berger, Anna Cornelius, Lauren Pascal, Dory Shaver, Miguel Baez, Emily Williams. Congratulations. Next organization, International Lesbian. This is a new organization that honor started during last year. We have overseas Mr. Gregory and Company, all the theater expectations, performance of this high school, and how the community second month again better than me. We have two individuals that have received honors today. Their recognition is quite small. These individuals that are far above. We have standards, Mr. Gregory, set standards higher than expected by the national organization. Desiree Smith, family recognized, and Mara May. Congratulations on your honors. Next honor comes from old school board policy that we stumbled upon, community service honor. I mentioned earlier about the many businesses, families, parents give to our school. We try to give back. The school board offers an honor for students who give 100 school community service hours above and beyond what they already did for the organization. This year's senior class started this year. So the first year I required 25 hours after the senior class. Next year class was 15. Last year's class had that 75, which was this class more policy. The previous 3 years, as I said last Tuesday night, we took out 2,800 hours. This class, after being corrected Tuesday night, put up together 2,262 hours. These kids are you. 25 seniors submitted forms. They sent to me, they get great for work. They walk us through what they do. Good. They do. Of those 25 submitted forms over the last 2 years, 13 received on today. Sierra Berger, Misty Bowen, Anna Cornelius, Aramaica, Cordero Roman, Lauren Pascal, Dory Shaver, Miranda Sheriff, Desiree Smith, Ashley Speak, Miguel Baez, Bethany White, and Emily Wood. Thank you for your service.
All right, thank you, Sandy, Mr. Walker. One thing that I wanted to let you guys know as a community, not only through the written perseverance of this class as well, but if you are still unaware of a couple of things, as of for the 2013-2014 school year, we have received a little award. It's based upon the previous year's data. Grand Valley High School showed academic growth that far surpassed any other high school in the state of Colorado. Regardless of your political views, I'm still excited to say we received the 2013-14 Governor's Award for Excellence. Nice job, guys. All right, so the part that you guys all showed up for after a few lectures, suggestions, and words of wisdom. Today would not be possible without the educators, not just at Grand Valley High School, but at the Center for Family Learning, Lee Underwood Elementary, Grand Valley Middle School. I would ask that all the educators that had something to do with the education in Garfield School District 16 please stand and be recognized for their support to academics. Let's be honest, they wouldn't even got to ninth grade. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and start the process of the really good piece of paper. All right. So if you can have Mr. Arthur. First presenting Mr. Jason Arthur. Hannah May Cornelius. Thanks, Mom, Dad, friends, teachers, and God. Now presenting Miss Janie Mayfield. Brianna Celeste Bearden. I was promised some cake. Christian Gonzalez Dominguez. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Hannah Amber Lee Bowler. We are here to awaken from our illusion of separateness. Now presenting Miss Michaela Buick. Ryland Albright. I would like to thank my mom and family. Mara Nicole Mayfield. You're going to miss me when I'm gone. Jennifer Cornejo. Gracias a Dios y mi familia que me apoyaron. I practiced. Sarah Lauren Orright. Keep your boots dusty and your hands dirty. Now presenting Miss Ray Devan. Sierra Ray Berger. Sometimes the right path isn't always easiest. From Pocahontas. Sergio Linnell Serrano Gomez. Gracias, Mama, Papa, y Tia, por apoyarme. Is that all right, Urban? Okay. Now presenting Mr. Mark Gregory. Desiree Catherine Smith. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Proverbs 3:5. Now presented Miss Stacy Magruder. Rebecca Reyes. Thanks, Mom and Dad. You the best. Peace. Esney McKell Whiteley. Whether you think you can or can't, you're right. Now presenting Ms. Cher Medina. Colton James Tanner. Life is hard when you're stupid. Good thing we graduated. Now presenting Karen Hamilton. Cody Jane Metcalf. If nothing ever changed, there would be no butterflies. Now presenting Miss Paige Paskett. Lauren McKell Paskett. Ladies don't start fights, but they can finish them. Now presenting Miss Stephanie Hart. Jacob Scott Hart. Thank you, Mom, Dad, and my family. Merge. Now presenting Mr. Travis Porter. Kayla Louise Epperson. Always pass on what you have learned from Yoda. Tristan Earl Olson. Thank you, friends and family, for all your help.
Now presenting Mr. Doug Setney. Rock Christine Berkeley. Doubt is certainty, Siamese twin, many times removed. Now presenting Mr. Jake Higuera. Trenton Dylan Haggerty. Life has no limitations except the ones you make. Urban Juan Medina. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I love you very much. Deuces. Now presenting Mrs. April Hurt. Aaron Ashley Shuckers. Set your compass on love and you'll never be lost. Renthia Anita Monroe. Hush up and look into the gumbo. Your future's there. Kara Minfu Young. Anything that's anything starts out as a little thing. Esteban Antonio Manuel Ortiz Ringgold. Don't be delicate, be vast and brilliant. Love you all. Now presenting Mr. Mark Jansen. Elizabeth Alejandra Martinez Borja. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is mystery, today is a gift. Now presenting Mr. Jason Shute. Alejandro Sid Martinez. Reality is wrong, dreams are for real. Tupac. Miranda Shea Sheridan. Strive not to be a success, but rather of value. Ryan Nicole Conrad. It takes all kinds of kinds. Now presenting Mr. Mike Johnson. Marco Ivan Arazaga Prado. Marco, best part of my name. Thanks and love to everyone. Now presenting Mr. Jeremy Tanner. Colin Joseph Weeks. All the glory goes to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Santos Cornejo Carranza. Thanks, Mom, Dad, and family. I love you guys. Deuces. Now presenting Mrs. Allison Teeter. Caitlin Christine Brooks. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Joshua David Esslinger. From Eagle Valley Devil to Grand Valley Cardinal. Go Pookie Bear. Teresa Montoya. Laughter is timeless. Imagination has no age. Dreams are forever. Peter Keanu Kamanawa. Thank you to all my friends and family. Love you. Ashlyn Taylor Speakman. Graduation isn't the end, but only the beginning. I'm out. Ricardo Raul Malta. I thank God, my parents, and community for everything. Now presenting Mr. Andrew Thompson. Misty Rose Bowen. My mom lied to me, but I survived high school anyway. Tyler Hayden Scott. Thanks to everyone who has supported me. Love you guys. Now presenting Mrs. Brenda Walker. Emily Jean Williams. Thanks, Mom, Dad, Grandmas, Grandpas, and friends. Couldn't thank you enough. Haley Nicole Johnson. It wasn't a waste if you learned something. Thanks, everyone. Now presenting Mrs. Kim Whalen. Josue Carrasco. Now presenting Ms. Dawn McGee. Emily Wood. I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested. Bazinga. Emily, you dropped some. Go Smurfs. Eunice Fabiola Diaz Ponce. Thanks to my parents and everyone who was supportive. Now presenting Mr. Ryan Frink. Omar Garola Chavez. Thanks to all my family for always being there. 2014. Luis Enrique Peña Regoza. We don't play games. Brian Christian Hegwood II. Isaiah 4110. Francisco Javier Vicencio Luna. Thank you, Mom, Dad, for all of your support. Hayden Dale Metcalf. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Now presenting Ms. Brooke Whitman. Stephanie Renee Graham. Don't wait for things to happen, make them happen. Jeannie Janelle Noble. The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. Vanessa Lee Green. She turned her can'ts into cans and her dreams into plans. Cordero Ingram Arona. Thank you, family, friends, and teachers for your amazing support. Zena Gabriella Patton. Thank you, brother, for being my inspiration. Maybe a pink one? Citation, yes. Ashley Marie Radel. Thanks, family, for all your support. I love you guys.
Now presenting Mr. David Watt. Kayla Rose Frederick. Another sunrise, another new beginning.
Miguel Angel Valles Castro. What one person can do, another can also do.
William Harley Pinkful. Shake and bake.
Adrian Guadalupe Varela. Don't forget where you started. I'm starting from the bottom.
Dory Michael Shaver. I would just thank my family in Jesus Christ. Zachary Neil Conrad Steinke. Jordan is awesome. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And the last and final graduate for today's ceremony, she was mentioned before, she is currently serving the United States Air Force at boot camp. Could not be here for her graduation, but we want to recognize Heather Rochelle T. Well, at this time, on behalf of the Board of Education, I hereby certify that every grad is those standards set forth by board policy. Congratulations, you have now graduated from Grand Valley High School. We'd like to invite Mr. Miguel Valles up here to give us a benediction.
You guys, Lord, bless us as we go. Allow us to be done for us as David ran the field here to the house. Guide our steps so that we may never forget where we came from. Bless us with unconditional love for you, our Lord, which we never shall forget. Bless us with love in our hearts, success in our future, wisdom in our heart, or in our mind, and endless opportunities for what we need to strive. I ask you for this from my heart of hearts. Amen.
Ms. Mayfield, do me the honor to come up here and send your classmates from Grand Valley High School. Before she does, Jason, 2 hours, 2 minutes. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Enjoy the rest of the day. Congratulations.